Hi. The Animals have this song. It's called The Story of Bo Diddley, which is basically a tribute to Bo Diddley. And towards the end of the song, Eric Burdon tells a story about Bo Diddley showing up for the gig. And Bo turns to his bandmate, his friends, and he says, "What do you think of this guy?" And his bandmate says, "Where's the bar?" He turns to the woman who's standing with him and he says, "What do you think of these guys?" And she says, "I just came to England to see the changing of the guards." And then Eric Burdon asks Bo Diddley what he thinks of the band, and he says it's the biggest pile of rubbish he's ever heard. It's this self-effacing humor that humbles at least us white boys and reminds us that we are children and students who will never be as cool as our founding fathers in our attempts to capture the magic that we so loosely refer to as rock and roll. A lot of you probably remember where you were when you first heard The House of the Rising Sun. This reaffirms my suspicion that when the Animals came on the scene in 1964, the year I was born, their sound was not only fresh but riveting. The Animals embraced a rage and darkness that I think could only be inspired through their devotion to blues music. They can now be recognized as a key link in the evolving transition from black R&B to punk rock. Upon listening to a live recording of the group, I heard a band possessed by the moment, reveling in the joys of being pissed off. This elusive duality of anger and exuberance is something I often find myself trying to explain. When I find it, I know it's the key element that makes playing in a band so much fun. The rest of it is up to them to explain. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Animals.
In this still when the sun refused to shine, people tell me there ain't no use in trying. Now my girl, you're so young.
Thank you. When I came here tonight, I found myself sitting at the same table as Johnny Otis and Etta James. For me, that was honor and privilege. Thank you.
Alan? Thank you very much. It's really great to be back here in New York. It was great to see Chuck again. And when I first started playing guitar, I was playing stuff that Dwayne Eddy did and Chuck did. And just let you all to know that Hilton Valentine is alive and kicking, still playing rock and roll in the northeast of England with a band called the Alligators. Thank you very much.
1964, we were very lucky to be given the job of going out on tour with our own spot with a guy called Chuck Berry, who was doing his very first tour of England. It was on that tour, that just before that tour actually, that we decided we had to try and find a song that would make Chuck notice us, possibly, you know? And that's when we worked on working out the song House of the Rising Sun. He did notice it. In fact, we spent 6 weeks in the bus with Chuck and learned so much from the man. We actually learned the first rule of rock and roll: get the money. Cheers.
On behalf of the band, I'm not the leader, but I'd like to pay a great respect to Eric Burdon, who was our leader and a great man. Thank you.
Thank you.